And let's move on to this segment that I've renamed Screens to Streams, between everything between the movies, theaters, and what we watch at home. So the next thing I wanted to talk about really fast was what do we have, babe? What was it? We just saw we saw season 2.
I heard it was really good.
Season 2 of Doctor. Now I didn't like
bananas. That's what it was.
It was.
Was it Gwen Stefani bananas, like BANAS?
No, what did you think about it, babe?
I mean, no, I liked it. We powered through it pretty quickly because it was just like, are you serious with me right now?
Yeah.
You were like, this can't be real life.
So, for those of you that don't know, Dr. Death is a Peacock series that followed. Season 1 followed a
Dallas doctor.
A Dallas doctor who was just like, this dude was just so bad at his job.
He was really like not a good doctor.
Yeah,
like, he kind of faked his way through school.
Yeah.
And didn't even
very mediocre doctor.
He didn't even complete really technically all of his hours.
There's a podcast about it that's supposedly really
he never did all the things he needed to do, and it kind of just got.
And what was season 2? What was season 2 focused
Season
on?
2, the guy is a real doctor.
Yeah,
and it probably really wasn't that he wasn't brilliant at the original stuff he was doing.
His goal was to try to
just got.
What was his goal again? He was trying to.
He wanted to be able to create. You know, when you do like a surgery to like organ transplants, you know, you have to have an organ, somebody's organ, and there's rejection. You know, you have to take meds for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
he wanted to be able to eliminate that. He wanted to be able to have a transplant.
Okay,
but you would never need medications because we've stripped everything
out of it.
And
this was for the trachea, right?
He was specifically working on the trachea, but he wanted it to go. He wanted it to work so that it would be for everything.
Yeah.
So it's basically you strip everything out of the organ, and then we're going to reseed it with that person's stem cells.
Okay.
And then it will grow
to your body
own cells.
Yeah.
So then you wouldn't need them.
Okay.
The principle, fabulous, makes sense. It didn't work.
But it didn't work. Okay.
Yeah.
But he was convincing everyone around him that it did indeed work.
Ah, so was he doing transplants?
He was experimenting on people. He was every time he would do an operation, he would change something.
I love that reaction.
The previous one didn't work, so it's like, okay, next time we'll do this and we'll try that.
Yeah.
But he's just telling people like, oh no, I did the studies. We did all the things.
That was the main problem of the he kept getting away with just gaslighting everybody. I'm so brilliant and
because he was a really great doctor.
Because he was a true narcissist.
They just believed him. They were like, well, no, this man is great.
Every time something went wrong, oh, that other doctor fucked it up.
Why do you think narcissists are so successful? It's because they're good at charming and they're
marketing.
Good at gaslighting and they're good at this.
His main thing was, but all these people already had a death sentence. So what difference does it make?
I mean, he doesn't have a bad point.
They were dying.
That's what covered it up.
But there were some of his initial way that he was able to even do these transplants were because they were called compassionate use. So these were people's last ditch efforts.
Yeah.
And that was how he got able to do those particular
things.
But then he started branching out to people who these weren't their last ditch efforts.
He got greedy.
And he was faking that he didn't even have the proper paperwork to do them on
So he
was taking away
people
lives. That, yes, they may have had a terminal illness, but they still had a long time to go.
Yeah.
And he cut that very short, and they were tortured.
Yeah, if somebody had a year, he cut it down to a damn day.
I mean, some of these people live the one lady that they specifically talked a lot about was 191 more surgeries she had to have because of this. She was constantly having to have things fixed and repaired, and she went blind, her hair fell out, she lost her teeth, couldn't walk anymore. I mean, she was tortured.
Oh my God.
It was bad. The one thing I can say about season 1 in comparison to season 2, I like the doctors in season 1 that were played by Alec Baldwin and from Pump Up the Volume, Christian Slater. That's my go-to movie for him. Those two doctors when they had their target set on him being a bad doctor and stuff. Those two together on screen was so good. Now the guys that we had, the two doctors that we had, our heroes on this one, they weren't bad either. I loved him. I don't know, wait for him to pop up.
Mandy Moore was
the one of the journalist.
Well, and in true narcissist fashion, he wasn't just fooling people medically. These two doctors. He wasn't just fooling people medically on the medicine side. He was also being very truly narcissistic on the journalist side, because he was married, but he was also in relationships and
true narcissist fashion.
Got into a romantic relationship with a journalist to keep the good PR
and
going.
lying right and left, like, I'm no baby.
Very smart.
I was married. I'm not anymore. She's crazy. You don't know what I'm saying?
I don't know how people do that. It's so exhausting.
I'm the doctor to the Pope. I'm the doctor to the Pope. I'm the doctor to Obama's. He was listing off all these people that.
Oh my God.
Yes. Obama was like, I ain't never met that motherfucker.
They're all going to come to our wedding. The Pope's officiating.
Yeah.
No.
And they just wanted to believe it so bad.
I can't watch this show now.
Man, it was
this is real though. Like,
I know, I can't watch this show now.
That she was like, afterwards, it was like, why in the world was I believing this?
Because there's a true narcissist.
Because of that Fire D.
Any of this.
Fire D. See, that's the thing that I think is so unfair is when people are the victim of a true narcissist, not someone who's just using the word left and right to fuel their argument. When someone is dealing with a true narcissist, you are a victim of some serious mind F's. And that does not mean that you're not smart. Typically, a narcissist goes after the smartest people.
Well, and she was like, I mean, I'm a journalist. This is what I do
for a living.
And this man had me believing
they do that on purpose. They do that because that's where they get the thrill. That's where they get the thing that sends them to do these things. And they are skilled in, they have an ability to be empathetic in a way that allows them to make you feel like they feel what you feel.
Yeah.
It's severe, and people who are victims of that do not get enough credit. They just don't. It creates so much shame and a shame spiral that's not fair, because narcissists trick people daily. Yeah. Daily. At every moment of the day, and they work at it. They practice. They start little, they build up, and they use these skills for their benefit in the long run. They play the slow game. They aren't trying to win fast. They have planned out their steps 14 steps ahead of you, and then predicted all the different routes and have prepared for those routes. These are meticulous people.
Yeah. And
people don't. You should feel no shame. I'm serious. No shame if you fall
because
for it.
All of this stuff was mainly out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
It goes through a whole different court systems, because it was multiple countries, not just one.
Just one.
And
was he like a traveling surgeon for these?
Well,
special
he's trying
cases?
to get places to grant him money and the funds and the facilities. So he starts at one and then branches to another country with a whole other facility, and then it's like they're all trying to how do we prove that people who are already dying were ultimately fast forward?
And then after a while, the hospital, which is one of the most prestigious hospitals in the world, they're so invested that when they realize, oh shit, what they're saying about this guy might be true, but we're so invested in this guy. It's probably better to it's so embarrassing. It's better to just cover it up and just keep it going.
They were threatening to arrest the other doctors who were whistleblowing.
Take out the whistleblower.
It was embarrassing.
Well, he does finally get takes years, but they do finally convict him. And he's been in jail for 2 years, but he's about to get out. He did not lose his medical license.
What?
Because it's another country. They do things differently. So technically, he'll still be able to practice somewhere, I guess, if somebody
with the Pope and the Obamas.
I mean, I would hope people would be like, no, we're going to pass on that.
Yeah.
Somebody out there, I guess, would.
I hope so, too.
Yeah. Nah.
Jesus, Louise, at least do a background check on your doctor and make sure they didn't go to jail.
What if Dr. Death from season 1 and the dude from season 2, they meet
on the computer?
Yeah. Welcome back, Tabs. Appreciate it. That's
me.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. hit the subscribe button, like, and comment your thoughts on this topic or any topics that you think that we should talk about in upcoming videos. Also, you can follow us at T3 Medias on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and we also have a T3 Media Studios podcast where we post our movie